Hello everyone, how's it going? Right, thought I'd do a live. I tried one the other night, didn't know if I'm working or not. I still don't know now, still don't know what's happening. So I've got my telly on to see if I can check on. I don't know if it works. Don't say. No, it don't really say much on it, whether it's live or not. I don't know what's happening. So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd give this a little try a bit earlier today because it's absolutely lovely outside. I was just sitting outside and I just thought I'd give this a try, get this up and running. Unfortunately, I just cut the one-way bearings completely gone there. That's another set of one-way bearings. And before anyone says anything, or anyone does watch this, I've had loads of people say, "Oh, you're doing it wrong," and all the rest of it. Well, the thing is, it's like I've been playing around with nitro cars for a long time, a lot of years, and and obviously you've seen the helicopters there, so I do know a little bit about engines. I've had motorbikes, two-stroke bikes. I fix lawnmowers up, strimmers, any sort of small engine. So I know how they work. I know all about them. But like I say, it is good to receive the comments. But sometimes, you think to yourself, well, they're sort of stating the obvious. You want the compression to be low. So if it's snapping them, you'd undo or loosen off, I should say, the glow plugs. So I've been, I do those things like that. I had another comment about thread lock. And that does make sense. You need thread lock on them screws and stuff. I do understand that as well. Obviously, once again, helicopters, you need thread lock. But when you're building a car like this, and you've made the chassis up, and you want to, you're getting through one-way bearings and snapping pole starts. I've got to admit, I bought them cheap, and I got them off of a company off of eBay. They have been mentioned before. One of the videos that was on, I can't remember who it was now. I think it would have been on Agad RC's. He mentioned about that company as well. Absolute rubbish pole starts. I bought two of them, obviously for both engines, and pulled the string come off first pull. Anyone that's had these 0.36 engines, the pole starts come with them. The false ones, they're good pole starts. These ones I got, they was absolute rubbish. And thanks mate, yeah, cheers Richard. Yeah, they are nice helicopters. They're old, they are old ones, but they're nice. Cheers for that. Yeah, and getting back to them pole starts, they was absolutely shocking, and I won't be buying them again. The only thing is that I decided I got some rotor starts, so I bought some rotor starts that was absolute rubbish. They were no good. Once again, there will be rotor starts out there. I've looked on Model Sports website today, and I want to get some decent ones. There's no point in me going for pole starts because you end up smashing your hands up even when you've got gloves on and everything else. And hello there, Newark Alexander, Proof Cars. Hi, yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching. So getting back to them, the thing is that basically you need something good with them engines, so rather than me trying them in that car, there's no point in me running that car with them engines in. They're better off on their own because you can tinker around with them. They need to be run fairly rich as well. I noticed that you can't sort of run them so lean. So yeah, I'm going to get some decent rotor starts. So I'm going to put one back in the Savage. I'm going to get another car. I might even actually pull it in that. I mean, this car's had hardly any use. this old Hyper. Say old, I mean, I've had it for years. I've had it that long, even the tyre print's coming off on my hand. But it's just sat on the shelf, I've hardly used it, and I was going to get it up and running today. Might do a little video on it a bit later on when it cools down. At the minute, it's absolutely red hot. It's just starting to calm down a bit now. So, what's that? Engine on 10 block HPI. I'll just blow the engine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, nice garage, yeah. Yeah, it's alright. It's taken a long time to get all my bits together. Yeah, just thought they're all over the place. I've got bits all over. I had to tidy up. I put that shelf up just the other day because I had helicopters on the floor and I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move. It's only, this shed's only 10 by 8. So it's only quite a small shed, and I've got shelves behind. So I can only move sort of like that far back, and that's it. So I didn't really have much else room to move around. But yeah, that twin engine buggy, it's, you know, I've got a, sorry, hang on. I'm not reading the comments, it's terrible, I know I'm waffling on. Ran too lean. What run too lean? Where am I? You're in Eastbourne. Oh, I know Eastbourne well. The accent, yeah. I'm actually in Doncaster. I moved to Doncaster. Was it? Yeah, 2000. I moved up north. I lived in Bradford for about 7 years, and then I met my wife, and I moved to Doncaster. Oh, see, bit of wind's picked up now. She slabbed me shed door. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, getting back to that car, I don't know what to do. LRP 32s, I think, definitely LRP 32s are going to go in here. Just gutted, absolutely gutted that I just couldn't get it running for much longer. I did get it running, I had both engines running, and I got them running, they was running for about, must be what, about a minute. I had them running for about a minute. I had about 30 seconds of running them both together, and that was it. I couldn't really do much else. And yeah, after that it's just one thing after another, definitely. Let me just show you that motor start as well. Yeah, these things. Yeah, them might be all right for some cars, but definitely not for the R36. Definitely not. So, but yeah, it's just like I say, with Mr. Rusty Skulls, Ben or Agad RC, if he's watching or watching a bit later on. Cheers for that share last night. I appreciate that. I've not got many subscribers to my channel, but that's not what it's all about. I just like coming on here and making sort of videos. This is the first sort of live that I've done, proper live anyway. Don't know if it's going to be any good or what, but I thought I'd give it a go. I can't really do much else at the minute. I can't get this car started up because I need to get a few bits and pieces. So I'll get it up and running probably this evening. Hopefully get a video of that. And yeah, if anyone's got any sort of questions or wants to know anything about my cars or helicopters or whatever, I'll answer their questions. But anyway, I've got 3 people watching. Yeah, nitro. Yeah, definitely. I like nitro, but you got to have an interest in engines. That was that live I was watching last night with Agad RC, and I think it's Joey RC. I did subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna have to watch it. We'll see what that's all about. I didn't know about him before, but yeah, nitro engines. Yeah, you got to have nitro really. They're 2 completely different hobbies. For me, I've got electric helicopters. I've never had a nitro boat. I've had an electric boat, but with the electric stuff, I've got an Hyper VS. And that's why I got this, and I use this for when I'm on holiday. This just runs on two cell batteries. Not a bad little car, but it's all around a campsite. It's yeah, everywhere I look is electric. It's not for me, really, to be honest. What worries me is with all these regulations and that coming in and everything else, and the price of nitro. I mean, it's dear enough as it is. It's about, well, last time I bought some nitro, I think it cost me about £38, and that was for five sort of litre bottle. Now I think it's just short of £50, and you need a special license as well now for 30% nitro. Unbelievable. I mean, I only ever run 20%. I run all my cars on helicopter fuel, 25% helicopter fuel. So it seems to be a lot better. It runs a lot cooler. Engines seem to run a lot cooler, and with the cars, they're okay. I've never had trouble with helicopter fuel in the cars. But as far as the electric goes, I was saying that they're two completely different hobbies. I only use the electric. I mean, I know people do tune electric cars and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just a speed controller you're changing. Obviously, you know, you can change them, different batteries, change them from 2 cell to 3 cell or 6, 8 cell. But then you're just talking changing the speed controller then, aren't you? And, you know, things like with buggies, and you can only go so far with them. But yeah, I do agree, it's the sound and smell of the nitro over the electric. Also, with the electric, the speed's there. They're definitely fast. You know, you can't complain about the speed. But there's just no noise. You know, it's like the cars nowadays. I mean, I was saying the other day, you know, when I was little and I used to have toy cars, you'd drive them around, you'd be going rum, 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 like this, and then like it was funny because when my kids, who were sort of very close to 30 now, they'd be driving their cars and they'd be going like once for the turbo. And yeah, which I found quite amusing to listen to them when I was younger. And nowadays, what are they going to do? That's it. All the fun's gone. You know, I mean, if they ban sort of nitro fuel and stuff like that, what's going to happen in America with these, you know, drag boats and things? What are they going to have? Just electric little boats that are going to make no noise at all. Everything's just going to go to pot, isn't it? It's going to be terrible. Let's have a look at these comments. Two different. Please, the old grannies. Wow, 3 miles away and complaining. Crikey. I mean, yeah, I've took the electric helicopters on holiday. The only thing is where I go now is like, although I've got like a drone license, and you know, it's just a case of ringing up the air traffic place and just, you know, getting permission to fly. The whole area where I go is like a no-fly zone, really. So that's sort of like, and they classed these now the same as what you would with a drone. You know, so sort of the drone side of it's kind of killed the whole hobby, really. You've got to have like your flyer ID and all that palaver all stuck on a model like that. You know, and sort of what category will that come into? You know, I used to be able to take these to the park, same as the aeroplanes. I've got like electric aeroplanes. I fly FPV, and I used to have Bixler aircraft. Well, I've still got them in the garage. And yeah, used to go out. Me and a friend used to take a couple of gliders out, and we just fly all day long. We used to have a big meet up. There was a place not too far from here, it just past Fong, and there used to be these fields that go on for miles, and about 10 of us all used to meet up, and and all go flying, all flying planes and that, all FPV, and that's all stopped now. So yeah, it's such a shame. It's a lot of the hobby's dying. It's killing it. But yeah, it's a dying hobby, and yeah, I'm quite sad about it. Getting back to the cars. Yeah, definitely nitro for me. That's where it all started. I mean, it actually started. I did put a comment on someone's RC Nitro Flux. I don't know if anyone else watches him, but he had a little Acme Condor car. That was my first car that I had. I've actually still got it all in bits in a tin in the garage there. But this was my first. This was my first car. One of these, Dave Marauder. And I got this one ages back. This was what started off the YouTube videos. It really. I see one of these and I thought I've got to get one. Got to go and buy one. So I've done it all up, cleaned it all up. It come with a BMW body. It looks absolutely shocking. And it had silver wheels, spray painted and everything. And yeah, cleaned it all up, sprayed it, and got it running. And yeah, that was my first car that I ever had. I think this has only got a small 20 glow engine in it from an aeroplane. And yeah, that was my first sort of glow car. I had one of these back in, how old was I? I think I was about 14, 15 when I got one. I actually swapped it for an Astro Wars. That's how long ago it was. I had a games console little thing called an Astro Wars. Some of you might remember it, and I swapped it for one of these. These, as everyone knows, don't have brakes. So the one I had, it didn't last too long. Just put that back. Yeah, I ended up smashing it. I don't know what happened to it. I got rid of it, and I was a bit gutted. So that went. Let me have a look on those few comments there. I fly at fields, side of roads, and nitro all the way. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've got loads of fields where I live. I sort of like live. I'm lucky in the sense that I live in a place that's surrounded by fields, proper sort of countryside. I'm out in the sticks. It's a nightmare when it snows, when it starts snowing. If they don't grit, we've had it. I mean, I've had it at some point where I had to have 3 days off of work. I know it's a shame, innit? I couldn't get out of the village. It was just that bad. But yeah, I'm surrounded by fields. The couple of fields that I did fly at, unfortunately, somebody else bought them all up by the looks of it, and they've gated them all off. You can't get on them. There is a public footpath that runs through one, but they've put a fence right away across so you can't get in. I can take a walk. I did do a video quite a while back on another channel that I've got. I don't really use it often. And I took a walk and I was explaining all about fields and that where I used to fly. I can still take a plane out, and I've sort of, you know, I can still go out flying and stuff. But I do prefer the FPV side of it. You know, I do prefer that. The only other option I've got is to join a club, which, to be honest, I didn't mind going to the clubs, but it's all the politics and the rules and everything else that goes along with it. And yeah, that kind of takes the fun out of it. And you always get one that think they own the place, you know. All you want to do is just go and fly. The only thing I did find when I was at a club was I ended up basically, because with the helicopters, it's like you'll get people turn up. You can't just buy an helicopter and fly one. Anyone that flies helicopters, I know that they need setting up. You've got to set them up. You've got to set them up right. And there weren't many people up there that, you know, could do that. Or the ones that were there, they just used to turn around and say, "Oh, go and see that bloke over there." So you'd get someone turn up at the club who's just become a member, and then I'd spend all day long setting their helicopter up for them. I'd never get to fly my own helicopter. I'd just be test flying these for people and setting theirs up. And then the following week they'd come back and they've tinkered with it. Oh, I've done this, that, and the other, and it's not flying properly, or I've broken it, or oh, my helicopter's crashed. I've bought all the parts, but I don't know how to repair it. So I'd spend another full day repairing their helicopter for them, and then flying it for them, making sure everything was all right, and then back home again. And I'd have like a 20-mile drive to the club, 20 miles back, you know, and all you've done is just set everybody else's stuff up for them and never fly yourself. Baseball, what? BG, we have BG. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I fly drones. I've got a couple of drones. I've just bought myself it's a second-hand one, a DJI FPV drone, and I've got to get out there to fly yet. But yeah, it has. Them drones has spoiled the hobby. I don't dispute that at all. They've absolutely killed the hobby. You know, because people weren't. You've sort of under the radar, weren't you? You could go places, have a little fly. No one would bother. People would just come up and be interested. You know, if anything, they'd just say, "Oh, that's good," and ask a few questions. And you know, you might have the idiot standing in front of you when you're trying to land your plane, and you're telling them like, "Out of the way, I need to fly," or you know. But most of the time, people will be interested. Now it's like people are just like, "Oh, what are you doing flying around here? You know, you can't do that." And I'm going to call the police, and I'm thinking, well, you know, what have I done wrong? It was all right to do this 4 or 5 years back. Now everything's changed. So, very nice. I was thinking of getting one. What getting a drone? What, a drone or an helicopter, Richard? Helicopters are all right. I mean, I haven't flown these for a little while now. I got them out not so long back. Fired them all up, made sure they was all running right, and got them going. But I want to get my drones out. I bought a few drones. I think the worst thing I've ever done was, yeah, let's get this drone. I bought one of these, little DJI Neo. If anyone's thinking of getting one of these, right, don't buy them just like this, because that was a mistake I made. So yeah, not the best of ideas. DJI drone, great little drone. Picture quality on it's fantastic, but don't just buy it like that. Buy it with a remote, at least a remote. If you get the Fly More kit, even better still. If you buy it like that, I think most people I know that's bought them like that have regretted it, and I have. I regretted it, and I ended up spending more because I went and bought the remote, and then, you know, and then I went and bought another couple of drones. So I've got a DJI Avata, the Avata 1, that come with the Integra goggles, and then I've got the DJI FPV that come with the goggles too, and they're not compatible with this. Well, they could be, but DJI won't release the firmware update or software update for DJI Fly for you to fly with it. So it means another set of goggles and another controller. It's going to work out really expensive. So, you know, yeah, good drone, but buy a combo. Don't buy them separately. Why? Yeah. Well, basically, they're a good drone, but all you can do is just hold it out in your hand, take off, land in your hand. It'll do a couple of things, fly around you or whatever, or follow you. You can take a video of it following you. But yeah, if you get the goggles, definitely. Yeah, I think if you buy a Neo, buy it with the goggles, the N3 goggles, and it depends how good you are with flying. If you're used to planes, which I think you said you was, then get a remote controller with the sticks. I've got both. I bought the FPV controller because when I got mine, yeah, second-hand one. That's all I do. I buy it second-hand. I ain't paying. Oh, I think altogether, I think it comes to about 500 and something quid just for a little DJI Neo, and they are like a toy drone. One of these things. They do work really well, and my daughter flew straight away. If you fly, we got these, press the button, and yeah, they come. I mean, if you buy one, get a controller. You can buy the motion controller. They are quite good. They're easy to fly with, a lot easy to fly with. But for me, because I fly planes and helicopters, it felt a little bit strange. So I wanted something with sticks. But for someone that just wants to fly around or fly through things, all you do is just got your goggles on. You've just got a little circle. You just point at where you want to be, and the drone will fly there. 35 years, 59. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm 56 this year. I feel older, but yeah, I'm 56 this year. So I've been flying for quite a few years. I think I started flying. Yeah, I've started flying in 2000 when I moved up here. I couldn't really do much in London. I just had the cars in London. I always wanted aeroplanes, but yeah. I managed to once I managed to sort of move up, and I had a pretty good job at the time, and I didn't have many things to pay out for. I bought my house and everything, so I was lucky in that sense. So I could sort of afford to go and get into, you know, helicopters and planes. So yeah, I was fortunate in that sense. But I started flying in 2000. Let's put that back. Happy birthday. Well, I'm 56 in Christmas Eve. That's my birthday. Right time to have a birthday. One lot of presents, and all you get is Christmas cards with PS Happy Birthday in them. So I thought I'll just get you this. I thought I'd spend a little bit more and get you this because it's Christmas, and you end up just getting the one present. I used to hate it when I was little. It was terrible. Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, it's not nice being a kid at Christmas time, especially when your birthday's like the day before. So you'd always get one present, and you always get told, oh, it's a combined one. So, but yeah, getting back to the planes and that. Yeah, been flying for about, must be about 25 years. Yeah. So yeah, I've done a lot of flying. I've been into the cars a long time. Cars, I started off with the Tamiya cars. I had a Grasshopper. Oh God, I've had a few. I started off, I think my first car was a Ford Ranger, a Tamiya Ford Ranger. And then I got a holiday buggy body for that. I lived in a place called Lewis. Well, it's Lewisham Council. I lived in a place just near Catford in southeast London, and there was a Beatty's model shop in Lewisham. And yeah, I used to go there quite a lot. It was a shame when Beatty's shut down. But I do still have a Beatty's bag, a blue one. So yeah, yeah, that's still about. But yeah, I used to spend all my time and money down at Beatty's in Lewisham when I was younger. So yeah, I've been into modelling and that for a long time. 40 years, easy 40 years. Born in Birmingham, went to some cold. Yeah, helicopters are good fun to watch. Ask Mrs. Yeah, I might actually ask. My wife's bought me quite a few things. I don't know whether it's just to keep me quiet or what. I think she likes me coming out here, locking myself in the shed, stays out, escape out of the way. Uh, right. Yeah, well, in London, see, London's a funny place for me. I spent 30 years in London. Like well, I was actually born in just near Poole in Dorset. I lived out there, but I was born in Bromley, and then and then basically spent most of my life in. Yeah, so it's a strange place though. You take when you live in London. So sort of like I went no sort of further than Bromley and that when I was younger. Bromley, Catford, Lewisham, maybe Deptford, Greenwich. You know, just around that area. I didn't go too far out. Jamie Murray. Hi. Yeah, yeah, so yeah, London. People say, "Oh, you come from London? Do you know this area?" And I'm like, "Well, I've heard of it, but I ain't actually been there." And it might seem weird because you spend 30 years in a place and you ain't been there. Like Bethnal Green, I've never been there. I've never been. I've been near Canary Wharf and that, but that's only sort of like briefly. I used to when I had motorbikes. I've had a lot of bikes in my time. And the best bike I did have was an RG 500. Um, I'd always wanted one, and I managed to get one. And yeah, I only had it 6 weeks. Some bugger stole it, so I was absolutely gutted. But thought I'd get myself another RG 500. They're about 30 grand. So yeah, so that's not happened. I've not had another RG 500. I do right. I've got a Honda Blackbird, but that's just sat in the garage. Dartford. My daughter lives in Dartford. Well, just near Dartford, and I had a friend that lived in Dartford as well. So I used to go over there quite a bit. Mitcham, yeah, I know Mitcham. Not actually been there, but it weren't far. I lived place where I lived. It was in a bit of a strange place. I lived in a place called Bellingham, which was on the South Circular, in between Bromley, Lewisham, Crystal Palace. So they're all sort of local to them sort of areas, Croydon and all that. Very nice bike. What the Blackbird or the RG 500? RG 500. That was a proper tool. That was something else. Um, yeah, I could talk about them bikes. My biking days I could go on about forever. I absolutely loved my motorbikes. Yeah, unfortunately, I've had a full knee replacement, and I've had a lot of trouble with my knee ever since. So for the last 11 years, I've had nothing but problems with my legs, and it's got to a point now where I don't think I'm going to be able to ride anymore. I got the Blackbird out. I think it was about 2 years ago now. Um, each time goes so quick, doesn't it? But yeah, it was a couple of years back, and got it MOT taxed, got everything sorted, rode it to work and back, and done that about 3 or 4 times because the car had to go in for an MOT, and there was a few jobs that needed doing. So basically, I had a week without a car, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get the bike out, and yeah, flipping killed my leg. I had to keep stopping and getting off and everything else, but I miss riding. I do miss riding. I've had loads of bikes, loads and loads, but I think my favourite ones are the two strokes. Yeah, I do like the two-stroke bikes. Yeah, I had a ZZR. I had two ZZR 1100s, both C1s, both the really old ones. Yeah, pretty quick. I had one that was all sort of customised and everything. It had like bubbles. It had a big zip going down the side. It was like metallic blue with a big zip. Can't remember the company that done it. Dream Machine. They sprayed it. I didn't actually get the spray job done. I bought it off of a mate of mine who used to work in a bike shop. And he phoned me up and said, I've got this really nice ZZR in. At the time, I had a ZZR 1100. And I weren't thinking about buying another bike, but he said, this has got an absolutely fantastic paint job on it. The bloke had paid about £1,600 for this paint job, which was a lot of money at the time. And yeah, and he bought in and Part X. So I had that. I went down and bought that as well. And I gave my other ZZR to my cousin. He's still got the ZZR. I don't know if he still rides it or not, but I know he's still got it. I wouldn't mind if I could. If I think I could ever ride again, I definitely know that I couldn't ride an Hayabusa. I've sat on one. They're just too low. But the ZZR 1400, I do like. I wouldn't mind one of those. I think that'd be the only other bike I'd get now. Not that I could do 200 odd mile. Probably scare myself to death. Yeah, I think the fastest I went on the Blackbird, I think the last time I rode it, I think I must have done about 45 miles an hour. That was it. Yeah. Jamie, you've got an Hyper 7 with the same engine. What the Mach 28 or the false 0.36 engine? £125 ER 125. Is that a Honda? An ER 125. Crikey, that's an old bike. Rings a bell. I can't remember. I think it was that like a Trolls type bike. What engines did you have in your Hyper 7, Richard? Just reading the comments. Yeah, I can't. But yeah, two-stroke bikes, absolutely love them. But that's going off topic, isn't it? I'm here for radio-controlled stuff. But it's nice to see that other people have got hobbies. You know, I've got a number of hobbies. I like my cars. I like my planes. I even like flying these little things, tiny little things like this. Just something to do. You know, anything radio controlled. I absolutely love it. Suzuki, right? Suzuki, yeah. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. That sounds like an old bike. That, yeah, I can remember just vaguely, but I think it was like a Trolls type bike. We was made. I mean, basically, I had an AR50, then I got an AR80, then I got an RG125. Then I went back to an AR50 again with a 90 kit on it, and then for my 21st birthday, my mum bought me a TZR 125 power valve, and I done my test on that. I took my test, and then I went out and I got myself a CBR 600F, the old jelly mold type one they call them. And then I had that for a little while. Then I swapped that. I got a GSXR 400 import. I used to go to a place called Bat Motorcycles in Penge, and they had loads of two-strokes. I mean, when I look back, I should have bought them all up, really. I could have made an absolute mint, but yeah. And and then like we just had a range of bikes, GSXR 1100s and stuff like that. And then the ZZR 1100 come along, and then the other one, and then like I say on the Blackbird now, the RG 500. When did I get that? I think the bike I had, I part exchanged. I think no, I didn't. I had a GPZ 750, and I got rid of that, and then I changed that, and I got the RG 500. I sold the GPZ for cash. Then I got the RG 500. Yeah, the false 36. Yeah, I'm going to go off topic because I was talking about bikes. I could go on forever about bikes. Sorry about that, Jamie. Yeah, just talking about things with Richard there. Yeah, yeah, false 36 engine. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, I know you put a few comments on before. What an engine that is. They're powerful. They're good engines. Make sure you wear some gloves if you're going to start them things up with a pole start, because you end up just taking skin off. The amount of one-way bearings you get through with them is ridiculous. But if you've got a rotor start of some description, you're going to just ruin them, because the engine's got that much compression. They flood too easily. When they're running, they're absolutely fantastic. Plenty of power. But, yeah, I'm not gonna sort of throw them away. I'm gonna keep them because, like I say, they're a good engine. One of them's gonna go in the Savage. The other one, I'd probably just buy another car, just get a rolling chassis, get one cheap off of Marketplace, bang the engine in, just get it running. I think what I'll do is because I'd spent that much time getting that twin engine buggy to the stage I wanted it at, and making all the chassis and everything for it. I'm just going to open this door up. Red hot's in here. Let me just that's better. It's getting really hot. Sat in a shed. It must be about he's saying it's like nearly 90 degrees in here, so I'm kind of cooking. Yeah, but yeah, them .36 engines, they're gonna go into something else. I just ain't got the time to mess about. Starter box, yeah, I weren't gonna use a starter box. Let me just show you the bottom of the car. What I did was I didn't even put in the provision to use a starter box. Didn't even put that in. Basically, oh, there's oil dripping out the exhaust there. I want to get that all over me. But yeah, I didn't put in that provision for that. I've got a starter, one of them ones that you just hold like a car, a model helicopter starter or a plane starter, but you just have a rubber disc on it and just pop it underneath the car and get it started. No, what I'm going to do, like I say, I'm going to get two engines. I'm looking at getting the LRP 32. I did look at the 28s. They're a little bit cheaper, but I thought for the extra £30, I might as well just get the 32. I'm fingers crossed. I mean, I'm hoping. I've watched a few videos with people got them. They don't seem to have much trouble starting them. Because you've got to remember, when both engines are in the car next to each other, ideally you want to be able to get one running, tune it, then get the other one running, tune it, and then run them both together. I think what I'm going to have to do is, because the engines are so close, you can't really adjust the low speed needle. It's a bit of a pain. I would have sort of like give you a close up on that, but the car's dripping with oil because I did try starting it earlier. I cleaned it all out and everything, but it's just it's just an absolute nightmare. But that's the route I'm going to go down. I think I'm just going to get two new engines, run one at a time, get them set up, and then have them both running. I tend to find once the low speed needles are set, you can sort of leave them alone. it's usually you just have a slight adjustment on the high speed needle, and it should be okay. I mean, obviously, if they do need adjusting, then it'd be a case of taking one engine out just to adjust the one if it needs it on the carburetor that's closest to the inside. But that's what I'm going to do anyway. Because them 0.36 engines, fantastic engine. I bought it off of someone that's on here. He's put a few comments on Mr. Lee Lockwood. He's a really nice bloke as well. I've spoken to him on the phone a couple of times. I'm hoping to have another chat with him at some point, because he wants to meet up and we can go out, with the cars or whatever. But just to have a chat with him, he's a nice enough bloke to talk to. He done me a good deal on that Hyper 7 and the engine as well. And definitely a good bloke there. And it's one of them things, isn't it, with this kind of thing? I mean, you get talking to people, and you either never meet them or whatever, or like I say, I bought this car off of him. It was just on Marketplace, and he's ended up following me on here, and I didn't, it's one of them. You don't think you're going to ever see or hear from someone again, and lo and behold, a year later on, you're having a chat, and he's watching my YouTube. So yeah, it's all good. Rich wants the car next to door as he sees to. What, the VS? Hyper VS, the electric one. It's like a bloody Tesla, that thing. It goes like a rocket, but you can't hear nothing. I only use it for when I'm on holiday. Keeps the neighbours quiet. Stops me from getting in trouble, because if I had my way, I'd be out of I've got a 1/5 scale as well. I'd have that out racing out and down outside the campsite, but someone would complain. So my wife actually bought me that. She got me it a few years back now. It had only just come out, and I use it down at the campsite. That's all it gets used. A couple of times a year, and that's it. It needs some new batteries. So when I put my order in for my engines, I'll be ordering 2 new batteries for that car. Thirsty engines. What, the 360s? Thirsty? I've got one fuel tank right in my Hyper 7. I started it up. I mean, it was all when it was ticking over. Probably get about 5 or 6 minutes of it ticking over. But when you sort of put a bit of throttle on, and I did have it running with both engines running for about a minute, that used full tank gone. I was really surprised, but yeah, I mean, admittedly, they was running sort of very, very rich, because they do run rich anyway. I don't know if you find that with yours, Jamie. The engines run very, very rich. They don't like running lean. Right, anyway, I've been going for nearly enough an hour, 48 minutes. But everyone that's been watching and that, thanks for that. It's made me feel a lot better. I just want to say another thanks to Haggard RC for giving me that shout out yesterday on his channel. He was doing a live, and that was nice of him to do that. He didn't need to do that, and it was kind of him. And I'm going to give the LRPs a go in that car. If all else fails, I might be sending you down one of those 0.36 engines to see if you can get it set up for me. And it might need that, because one of them runs absolutely fine. The other one, I think it's got a bit of an air leak. It seems to run lean no matter what I do. It runs lean. That's my engine. I know it runs. It starts up fine. Everything's fine with it, but it goes lean after about 2 or 3 minutes of it running. It starts to go lean. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Thanks to Richard And thanks for Jamie. I know there's only been a couple of you watching, but it's the first live I've done. And I'd just like to say thanks for watching that. And I probably will do another one there. So I'll catch you all a bit later. Now all I've got to do is just end it. Oh, it's still live. How do I stop? That's it. Yeah. Right, I'll catch you all later.